If I tell you can have Claude Code with Opus for free forever, would you believe me? You won't, right? Same here. But this just proved me we are getting there. This is how I created this using Claude Code, but this time for free because I added GLM 5.2 in my Claude Code. This is a new open source and open weight model just got dropped, and look at this in some benchmarks, namely software engineering here. It is 62.1 compared to some models like GPT 5.5. It is beating that. It's even better than Claude Opus 4.7, which was a best model that just a couple of weeks ago we were using it and we all switched back to 4.8. So does that mean I can have now all those Opus capabilities for free? Well, I got some good news for you. Although the original model has 744 billion parameters with 40 billion active parameters and 1 million context window, someone quantized this model to make it 84% smaller. Now you only need to have 250 gigabyte on disk to run this model compared to the original one, which was 1.5 trillion of a disk. So if you have a Mac that has this amount of disk and just 124 gigabyte GPU, you can literally run it locally and have that intelligence for free forever. Now, is it truly powerful? How it is compared to Opus? Can I use it for free in Claude Code? To answer this, I tried all of that to create these simulations within Claude Code to show you how you switch this model to the new one to make it up to 5 times cheaper if you go even with the paid version of this model, and see the differences of the performance in their intelligence. So stay tuned. I'll walk through all of that and give you access to the codes that you need to flip your model from Opus to GLM 5.2 in your Claude Code. Usually benchmark metrics doesn't make sense for me unless I give it a shot. That's why I don't want to take your time to go through all of them. So let's make it simple for you. GLM 5.2, the latest one, open weight, is beating almost on everything compared to Gemini 3.1. That's all. Second, compared to latest OpenAI model, which is Gemini 5.5, with this new model is somehow outperforming in some of the metrics. For example, in software engineering tasks, you can see that 62 versus OpenAI GPT 5.5, which is 58. But is it beating Opus 4.8 on benchmarks? It's not, but it's very, very close. And by the way, Opus 4.7 was the best model in the world just a couple of weeks ago. And when I checked the benchmarks, this new model GLM is beating Opus 4.7. And we don't really need Opus 4.8 max effort in all our tasks, maybe just 10% of that. So does it really worth to pay that cost? So is it free for GLM 5.2 or do I need to pay? Well, as I told you, if you can have that Mac to run this model locally, there are quantized version of that, yeah, it's got to be free for you. But because I don't have any of them, I need to go with a paid version of that. So Z.ai, if you go there, you can have access to GLM 5.2, and I'm going to tell you that there are 2 ways you can get it: subscriptions or API. This is their monthly plan that is still, all of them are cheaper than Claude Code and also cheaper than Codex. But if you don't want to go with a subscription, you want to go with API, or pay as you go, you can also go to the API key, grab yours, and also add some credits. That's what I did, and you can see that on my Blink side, I have added some credits here that I just wanted to test the solution. Now, if you ask me how it is cheaper compared to Opus 4.8, on average, this model is 5 times cheaper than Opus 4.8. This original model, which has again almost 700 billion parameters and it's 1.5 terabyte disk needed for running it, it has that highest performance. As you quantize this model on the left, you can see that people were able to quantize it all the way to just 225 gigabyte, but the accuracy of the model gets slightly dropped, which is obvious. So as you make the model smaller, you can see that the accuracy gets dropped. So what we are calculating here, that I mentioned that as accuracy, it is checking if this quantized model that predicted tokens when it generates the output is equal to that original model or not. So here it tells that the smallest model that we are quantizing, it has almost around, let's say, 80% agreement with the original model. That means 80% of the time, the token that this quantized model generates is equal to the original model, which is still pretty good considering that you are reducing the size of the model 85% and having that 80% accuracy compared to the original one. Obviously, you can go with a little bit bigger ones if you prefer more, but you have to pay for the cost of these bigger models that they need their own GPU hardware and also disk. So coming back, still I'm gonna use this hosted model by Z.ai. It's still 5 times cheaper. So you grab your API key, and after you save it somewhere, that's the moment I'm gonna tell you how you can use this model in Claude Code, so you can compare and see if you really want to use Opus forever in Claude Code or not. To make it simple for you, I created a GitHub repo that walks through on how you can have GLM 5.2 as your engine or your model in Claude Code instead of Opus, and without affecting your day-to-day work in Claude Code. So you can still have Claude Code with Opus as you wish. It's just going to be a secondary option added as a new model GLM 5.2, and you don't need to walk through all these readme files or do manual copy paste. You're just gonna give this repo to your Claude Code to ask it to enable GLM 5.2 for you, which is what I did. So just tell you what it does. It literally asks you that give me your API key here that you got it from Z.ai, and copy paste this code. It's gonna just save your API key locally. And because your Claude Code right now might use some authentication, can be using your subscription API key, or some people use Claude Code to authenticate through Vertex or AWS. We're gonna override those as a secondary option, again, without affecting the other Claude Codes that you're running with Opus, and still you can use it. So just copy and paste this one, and what it does, you can see that it's trying to trick Claude Code with just saying that this is gonna be a sonnet model or haiku, but it's not. On back, it's gonna call GLM 5.2 with 1 million token context window, and it's gonna also copy and paste your API key here. It is exactly the same setup that I showed in other videos, how I added DeepSeek v4, how I added Minimax to Claude Code. Check out those videos, but the same process, similar report created for you. And then as soon as you're done, you just need to call your Claude Code in the terminal with just these additional settings. I want to go with these settings of GLM that the code saved, and then ask your prompt. As simple as that. Although again the model said sonnet, but it's not sonnet. It's gonna call GLM 5.2. So if you add these extra steps, your Claude Code gonna be running on GLM 5.2. If you don't add, or if you just type Claude, your Claude Code gonna run on Opus or any model that you have as of now, as is. So for next step, just copy paste this GitHub repo, which I'm gonna add the video description below, and give it to your Claude Code and ask the Claude Code that, hey, add GLM 5.2 for me as another option to run in my Claude Code, and here's my API key. Copy and paste your API key from Z.ai. That's it. To test how this model works and compare that with Opus in my Claude Code, I had to give it a prompt. So I'm gonna ask both of them to build me an impressive interactive 3D browser experience called Billion Token City. My goal is actually creating a futuristic city simulated with buildings and cars and sky and the simulation of the day and lights, rain, everything, to just compare to see how it works. Of course, based on your use case, your task, your workflow, you're gonna try different tests, up to you. But really, I just wanted to have my first sense from cost, performance, and the time it takes to finish a task to compare these models. Let's see how we can call GLM 5.2 in Claude Code. Again, I have already given that repo and asked my Claude Code to install GLM 5.2, so I don't need to do it again. But simply, I just copy pasted that command from the repo that call Claude, call the settings of my GLM that we copy paste in the repo that Claude Code did for me. The model sonnet, again, it's not. And just your prompt here, I'm just testing to see if it works. I'm just saying hi. There you go. So GLM 5.2 is added, and you can see that it's calling that on the Claude Code on backend, and it responded back to me. So that means it works. So I copy pasted that futuristic city prompt to the same Claude Code to see how GLM gonna work with this. Here it is. I also specified the same prompt here when I was calling this GLM 5.2 in Claude Code, and you can see that how long it took. I'm scrolling all the way down, too many codes, and then after 21 minutes, it told me that your setup is all over, and now this simulation is finished running in the local host. So I click on it, and here it is. So pretty impressive, I would say. I can have different buildings being shown here, some of the roads on the sky. I can click on any building to see the information about that building. I can see some flying objects going around. Oh, there you go. I can see also some cars moving around. The day and nights, I can also increase the speed to see the cycle of day to night and vice versa. I have the rain option on and off. That's cool. And I can also start a tour that it rotates through the city by itself. I would say pretty good. Again, I'm saying paying 5 times cheaper compared to Opus. And if I could have that Mac or have that quantized version, I could have run it totally for free. And I gave the same prompt to the Claude Code this time when I had Opus 4.8 running. So it took me around 17 minutes. So 3 minutes faster compared to GLM 5.2. Again, not a significant difference. But let's see, this is also running locally to see how it works compared to GLM. And here's the Opus results. Well, I can see sort of same thing. I have buildings, I can click on them. I have the day and night, which is not working. Bloom is just, I think, turning the on and off the lights in the buildings. I can also have the rain. Oh, the rain is pretty bad, I would say, compared to what GLM did, to be honest. And I can reset the view. I don't think there is any way that I can speed up the timing. Oh, here I can maybe drag left to right. There I can see the sun come here and there, but it's not that natural. And if I click on auto tour, it just go around, rotate to the city. Well, compared to what GLM did, which is this one, I like GLM results much more. 5 times cheaper, and I honestly, I think it's better. Although it's a subjective, just one use case. But just want to tell you the sense that I'm feeling after I'm trying this model. Now let's check how much it cost me. I initially charged my credit to $5 and I did some testing before I record this video, so it dropped to $4 and now it's 3.45. So almost around 50 cents. 50 cents for running this heavy simulation, 20 minutes of work. Now with this test, I'm not going to tell that this is going to be a total replacement of Opus 4.8. Again, for some of the very complex tasks, for that a slight change of the benchmark we saw, maybe Opus 4.8 is better, but for majority of your use cases, I'm pretty sure GLM 5.2, based on what I see right now, is extremely good enough. And I promise you, very soon, we're gonna have open weight models that are beating Opus 4.8 totally free, and you can even run it on your laptops. Based on the rate that I have personally experienced of all these models getting released and the performance and the benchmark coming out, it is getting to that stage much sooner than what I thought. So hopefully this video was helpful for you to trigger your brain on, oh, a lot of use cases you can make it significantly cheaper or make it totally free, and at the same time enjoy the content that I'm creating to be something handy for you. I hope you found it helpful. If yes, if you click on like icon and share your thoughts in comment section below, I appreciate it. And make sure you subscribe so you won't miss the next video. Thank you so much.